Dr. John M.Chacko served the Sabha Council for some time. He was in the Navodaya committee, a committee that was constituted to minister to the transgenders. He was in the committee of the Nicholson Girls High School. In all these places, he always appreciated the teamwork, and he also appreciated the good work that are carried out by other members of the committee. In other words, he always encouraged teamwork. He was soft-spoken. He was excellent in the field of accounts and banking. He served in the various committees constituted by the church, particularly by the late lamented Dr. Joseph Mathoma. And he served to see that the ministry of the church is always upheld. One particular nature that we can speak about Dr. John Chacko is that he would always call a spade a spade. There was no second opinion about it. He raised his eyebrows whenever he saw mistakes among the people or in the community. He was strong and always put his legs down when it comes to the values of human life. I recall my last visit to this school. It was a privilege that Dr. John Chacko gave to me, and I was able to spend a couple of days over here. And when I came over here, I could meet all the teachers, and also, as I told earlier, I could be with the gathered community for a Holy Kriba. That he takes time to teach teachers to sing, and also very rare songs. He made my visit memorable. His words still echo in my ears as he spoke very kind words and also appreciated the ministry that God has given to me in the church and in the society. He visited the headquarters of the church as a member of the Sabha Council. But after I became the Metropolitan of the church, he came over there to spend some time with me. Not that he was a frequent visitor to that place, but then he always appreciated being part of the church and also doing whatever he can for strengthening the ministry of the church. One thing which I miss now is every day, without fail, he used to send good morning to me. And there would be a photo of a good flower and also thoughtful words, a food for thought for every person who reads those messages. It was on 3rd September that he sent that message for the last time. And on that day he said, "The kite gives us a wonderful message. Fly high, but stay connected to the ground, to our roots, or else we are lost." On September 2nd he said, "Life is more strict than a teacher. A teacher teaches a lesson and takes an exam. But life takes an exam and then teaches a lesson." On the 1st of September he wrote, "Short and true message for life. Care should be in heart and not in words. Anger should be in words and not in the heart. one more let me quote. On the 30th of August he wrote, "The best math you can learn is how to calculate the future cost of current decisions." We very well know that all these words are thought-provoking. And that's exactly the ministry that he was doing every day. Whether he is in Indore or he is traveling or in different places, without fail he used to say good morning and then send these words for our reflection. He was a person of strong willpower. He had dreams, no doubt about it, and that's how the school is over here. He had not only the dreams, he knew how to implement the things that he wanted to implement. And certainly we all know by our experience that when you want to do certain things, there will be obstacles, there will be difficult events that we want to transcend. And he had the willpower always to overcome all difficulties or power. I am recalling an instance where the church was wanting to buy a school in Bharatpur when Bishop Gregorios Stephanos was the diocesan bishop over there. We had some problem regarding whether we want to buy that or not to buy that. The late lamented Joseph Mathama, when he went over to Delhi, he said, it's better that we withdraw and then get satisfied by not buying that school. But Dr. M.Chacko, he had a second thought. He visited that school, found that it is worth buying, and therefore he took all pains to go to Tiruvalla to see the Metropolitan, if I gather things correctly, convinced him that this can be done. And the late Metropolitan said, you work out with Bishop Stephanos. He met Stephanos, and Stephanos had difficulty in getting all the money required to buy the school and the property. And I know for sure that Dr. M.Chacko advanced the money that was necessary, and that was bought. Certainly the money was returned to Dr. M.Chacko before Dr. M.Chacko handed over the school to Jaya and Jennifer. His mind was such that not only he or whatever he thinks is his own way of doing things, he always wanted the church to do the best possible. And at whatever difficulties that he had to transcend or whatever risk that he had to take, he never withdrew. He went forward. He was a person with determination. And as a result, it helped the church as well, as I narrated. I am not taking much of your time now. This is a time when we feel the absence of a person who loved us very, very well. A person who always wanted the best in us. A person who wanted the society to grow. The very fact that he was key figure in running this school tells us that he was nurturing generations. Through these students, through the teachers, he was serving the whole society to see that the very nation in which we are all citizens, the nation will grow. And that is happening. And let that good ministry continue with the reins in the hands of Jaya and Jennifer. We pray that God will continue to bless and strengthen you. The life of Dr. M.Chacko came to us as a gift of God. And whatever he did during his life for us, we will also be there where our hearts are, where our mind is set and where our life wants to be. And may that blessing be with each one of us as we say farewell to our dear Dr. John M.Chacko. God bless.